Yo Ballers, this is Kicks Contest. I'm Leoka Mattress Fly White. My regular voice is back, and today we're going to test the Nike Zoom Freak 6 and see how they perform. Let's check it out. Let's have a look at the materials first. Honestly, there's nothing much to look at, which kind of makes me mad. Because it's an NBA champion signature shoe that retails for $130. Let's check the upper. Well, here we have a type of synthetic weave. It's nice and light, but it's nothing super fancy or anything. The weaving is better than the most standard mesh they use on Nike Precision, but still not premium. The silhouette looks cool and all if you look from afar, but if you look closer, the devil is in the details, as they say. Look at this giant swoosh here. The bottom part you might think is a plastic torsion plate or something, but it's a sticker. Damn, and that's when the assembly quality comes in. I didn't do it on purpose. It's how it was. You see? Come on, dude. And of course they put it where the midsole bends the most. Weird solution. Of course it's gonna come off soon. At least it's sealed here. See? Right here. That's why it ain't gonna come off here. But here it definitely will. Let's look at the other shoe too. Well, here it still holds, but again, you see the seam is not really smooth. Here we also have these threads sticking out. Not nice, Nike. I don't even know what else to look at here. The worst thing on the upper is this piece of a very, very cheap leather-like material, which is not even nice to the touch. Look what it turned into after just one practice. What the heck? What do you think, guys? Looks nice or not? Let me know in the comments. To me, it looks like a cheap replica you get on a Chinese fake market. So I even thought, maybe I got a fake Giannis sneaker. Man, it really felt like that, bro. I'm telling y'all. So of course, when I had these thoughts, I decided to legit check the shoes. It was all good, they're legit. These are original Nike Zoom Freak 6. It's China colorway released exclusively in Asia. What do we see here? Some branding here. Is this a dumpling? Thanks, Nike. I hate this material. It's very basic. Not perfectly assembled. There's nothing to talk about. The outsole. The pattern is a bunch of Giannis logos. I've played in these already. Sorry for this mess, guys. Look what I found between the grooves. What are those, bullets? I still don't understand where they come from. Maybe some gangsters played in my gym? I don't know. Okay, what else? Basic Kushlon foam. And we have a zoom unit in the front. Let's look at the tongue too. Here we have this fake-ass leather material as well, and some branding. Let's take a look inside. We got enough padding in the back, a little less here in the tongue. The tongue itself is thin, but it should be okay for comfort. So actually, that's all I gotta say about the materials. I showed you pretty much everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Oh, we still have to weigh them. Well, before we weigh them, I'll just tell you that I'll have to drop the score for assembly and materials quality. Now let's see how much they weigh. Let's put them on scales. In hand, they don't feel like they weigh much. But let's see what the scales will show us. Each shoe weighs 404 grams or 14.5 ounces in size 12, which is very light. Looks like these might be some of the lightest hoop shoes of the season. Maybe the lightest from Nike for sure. They do feel very lightweight, but they're very minimal too. Okay, let's get to comfort features of the Zoom Freak 6. They are very easy to put on because of the classic lacing system. So those with a high arch will not have any problems putting these on, because the fit can be adjusted with the laces. Wide footers should not worry either, because there is enough space in the toe box. No break in time needed for these because the upper is pretty soft and flexible. They feel like classic Nike budget hoop shoes. You can compare them to Giannis Immortality or something like that. They feel pretty soft and comfortable because there is enough padding inside. They are not stiff or restrictive in any way. There's no rubbing or pinching. The laces don't squeeze your foot even if you lace tightly. In general, there are no questions about comfort. When it comes to breathability, the upper is very breathable and allows the air to circulate pretty smoothly. As you can see, the vapor just comes out of all sides, and the ventilation in these sneakers is really good. Also, as I said, they are really light and you really feel it when playing, running, and jumping. The only weird thing, at first, is here. When you bend your foot, this material creases and presses against it. But it doesn't hurt or anything, just feels weird at first. The seam presses against there. Just a weird feeling. Okay, let's talk about cushioning. So here we have a classic Nike cushioning setup. Full-length Cushlan foam and a zoom unit in the forefoot. I jumped and dunked quite a lot in these sneakers. This is how your team should react if you dunk or make a great play during a game to shift the momentum in order to win. When it comes to impact protection in the heel, it's lacking, especially after landings. If you're a powerful athlete, if you're a dunker, especially if you're a heavy big player weighing over 200 pounds, the impact protection will not be enough for you. But if you're a small, light, and shifty guard, these sneakers will be good for you. It's all good here when it comes to court feel. I felt it when I did full court dribbling drills, cuts, crossovers, etc. I felt light, quick, and shifty. Again, the court feel was great. So small, agile players will like these sneakers more than big, powerful, and athletic ones. Now on to the traction, guys. The outsole pattern is a bunch of Giannis logos. Let's see how it works. Well, first of all, in this gym, we trained with our coach, Nick, and did all sorts of one-on-one drills. The grip was really great here. Once I even made an ankle breaker on one play, and the dude literally tweaked his ankle as I was blowing past him. I also made all kinds of crossovers. I ran back and forth, these sneakers bit into the hardwood like crazy. Great, but this floor was a very new one. That was laid out just before we came in. It's very clean and new. Varnish, not even a speck of dust on it. As for the other courts I've played on, that's where the issue started. Here in this Pro-Am League gym, I already had some slippages. The court was slightly dusty and I wasn't feeling confident because of it. So let's check the traction on this super clean new hardwood court. Well, of course, there are no problems and the sneakers grip as they should. So if you're playing on an absolutely clean indoor court such as this one, you will be fine. But if the court is slightly dusty, not very well maintained so to speak, these sneakers will not grip that well. Let me show you guys. I'ma wipe the outsole first. And now, let's run some suicides. I'm tired after the game, but it's all for you, brothers. Two times I slipped. Okay, I'm done. It's tough. It's tough. What else should I say? Nike Zoom Freak 6 traction test. Let's do it again. Every other time it slips. Let's try something else. It grips here, not bad. Every other time again. Okay guys, let's move on to safety now. Well, the first thing we're interested in is lockdown. I have to tighten the laces really hard, of course, because there are no reinforcements from the sides in the forefoot part. Not even some kind of fuse so that they hold the foot and so that it does not wiggle side to side. As you can see, it's just moving around here. There's nothing but this flimsy upper to keep it in place. And that, of course, is not enough when you start playing basketball in them. When you stop on a dime like that, the foot goes out of the footbed, which of course is not very good. The heel lockdown is fine. Well, acceptable, so to speak. If you really tighten the laces, the heel sits there pretty tight, even if I try to pull it out. Unlike KD17, make sure you watch that review too. So right now the heel sits there pretty tight. Now let's talk about stability. We do not have a pronounced lateral outrigger here, but the outsole is widened in the forefoot part. It's also flat and not rounded, which makes the sneakers pretty stable. They don't roll over to the side. And in game situations, when I was playing, stopping, and changing directions, I did not feel unstable. That's good. Next, let's take a look at torsion support. After you play in them, the midsole breaks in and becomes very soft and flexible. There is no torsion plate here to stabilize the twisting. And when you slow down like this, the heel loads to the side and the sneakers twist, which of course is not safe. Let me show you again. Therefore, I have to drop the safety score for this. So what are my final thoughts about the Nike Zoom Freak 6? They get an overall score of 78 points, which ain't great. The worst thing about these is that Nike keeps giving us crappy materials. Have another look at this sticker that's coming off here. Have a look at this fake leather which loses its shape after the first workout and turns into a wrinkled tablecloth. Have a look at this scuff here. I only bumped one foot against another once. I don't have issues with balance or movements. I don't shuffle my feet like that all the time. Maybe someone landed on my foot once, or maybe it was me. And that's it, the sneakers don't look cool and new anymore. I would not recommend these sneakers to big players, that's for sure, because the impact protection won't be enough for them, and they won't have enough lockdown. If you play serious basketball in them, the upper is too damn flimsy to withstand the loads. That's why it's very unsafe. Who would I recommend these sneakers to? These will be okay if you are a light and shifty point guard. But I don't suggest to use them in games, but just for workouts and skill drills where you practice ball handling or run sprints. Because the main advantages of these sneakers, the only two advantages of these sneakers, are that they are stable and with decent traction on clean courts. And the second advantage is that they are very light. So you can run, jump, train, but not for serious games. That's what the Nike Zoom Freak 6 are good for. Otherwise, well, I don't recommend them. Because of the crappy materials, they are not as fun to play in. If they turn into trash after a few games, but you paid $130 for them, I don't think it's fair. So that's it for today, guys. This was Kicks Contest. I'm Lyoka Matras Fly White. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit a like and drop a comment. That helps the channel grow. And find us on Instagram at Kicks Contest World. There we post teasers, first impressions, basketball and sneaker news. See you there, guys. Peace, everyone. Kushajte subchik. Pow!